Alex asks, why don't we remember the plans we make on the other side after we reincarnate? Well, Alex, in order for me to answer that question, two things have to be acknowledged. The first, the fact that we make plans before coming back. And that's a subject on its own that I could explain if you ask me, I can explain it to you. So I advise you to ask me that question so I can see how you're going to ask that question and to see how will I answer that question. But yes, it is a proven fact that we do make plans before we come back. I personally have not had that experience myself when I am guided by the collectivity. But just like I said, it had been recorded for many, many years, the fact that there are plans that we make before coming back. And it only makes sense, the simplicity within, the fact that throughout our lifetime, we make plans. We plan ahead. When we will go out with someone, we plan ahead. When we do an activity, we plan ahead. We always have to plan ahead. So it's only logical and true common sense, knowing the reincarnation process, how we can plan ahead of time. Now, that doesn't mean that everything that we plan is going to be pan out, because otherwise destiny and free will be in conflict. So keep that in mind for when you make the question, to see how you can put it all together, so I can give you the answer that you might need to finish with this question. The fact that we don't remember, it is very simple. If we brought to memory what we came here to do, then obviously human nature will make you do it, and not necessarily from the heart. You see? When you know that you are doing some good, knowing beforehand the reasoning behind it, you will find interest or feel repelled to do so because of the eventually outcome that you will know that will prevail. So then again, where will the free will stand? You see? Let me give you a very earthly example. If I am taking care of an old lady, just from the goodness of my heart, and I have been taking care of that lady for many, many years, to later find out that that old lady is a millionaire, wouldn't you start behaving differently, knowing that in any event that you might inherit whatever she have left? Will you be doing the same things out of the goodness of your heart, or thinking that you might be an inheritance of $1 million, just to give an example? You see? Now I can give you another example of a funny way to put it. Imagine if you are born and you know everything that you already know about life. How would you be able to deal and cope with the learning process that you have to go through? For instance, let's get even funnier than that. Imagine that you are born knowing what you know all about sex. Wouldn't you go crazy trying to figure out why are you here and not being able to do anything, and you probably will not be able to enjoy your youth, your childhood, your everything. That's just a given example. If you would remember what you came here for, you will probably, or most definitely, will not do it out of the goodness of your heart. That's the only way that it can be proven to yourself that you're doing it just out of the goodness of your heart, because it feels right, because you know that it has to be done, regardless of the consequences, and not knowing why you're doing this. If you were to know why you're doing this, then you will have a preset set of possible outcomes other than the ones that you already have. So imagine if you already have, as we speak, and even a given project, and you already figured out the different angles that can come through out of the goodness of your heart. How many options will you actually have if you know beforehand what you came here for? None. So then you will be out of free will, you see? So that is the basic answer into your question, Alex. And I exhort you or anybody else to keep asking questions so I can get to the bottom of it little by little. Remember, I have to generalize because I don't know your economic background, your religious background, your cultural background. I don't know how you think. I don't know how you see life. I haven't been able to put it all together so I can give you a straight answer. And that's what I'm planning to do eventually later on with the Ask Frank. If you want me to give you the answer based on whatever concept you already have of life, so I can be in accordance with your belief system, so I can give you the answers that you can understand better, then we can work out in what I might call a mentorship program. Meanwhile, keep sending your questions, keep in tune with Ask Frank, and my name is Francisco Valentin. Until then.